This is Obviously News with Thomas Tong.
Hello there, my name is Thomas Tong, and this is Obviously News, where I take news articles that are either obviously good, obviously bad, or obviously weird. So let's get to it. And now starting with the obviously bad news. The number of deaths in the US due to COVID-19 passed the number of Americans who were killed in the Vietnam War. 58,300 people have died from COVID-19, while in the war, it was 16,899. Because, obviously, people are not taking this seriously enough. I mean, the gatherings and the protest. Y'all, come on. The leader of the White House COVID task force, looking like Bob from How I Met Your Mother, decided against following a policy at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. He said that he's tested all the time, and people all around him are tested, and he wanted to be there to thank the researchers and healthcare workers, which, good for him, but come on. Obviously, when wearing a face covering, those cover your eyes and keep you from talking, so thus, he didn't. There have been reports of hornet sightings, but not just any hornets. These are Asian giant hornets that can kill entire beehives and can sting repeatedly. Because obviously, we don't have enough on our plates at the moment. Let's add these bee-killing predators into the mix. And now on to the good news. On Sunday night, the 26th of April, a whole caboodle of talented singers got together over Zoom to celebrate one of Broadway's composers, the wonderful and awesome Stephen Sondheim. But even with all of the technical mishaps, it didn't matter, because obviously, when we get a whole group together, such as these three glorious ladies, and much more, it did what it meant to do. Brought the world together through music. So, thank you. In Morris, Illinois lives Santa. Santa Dave, that is. He has been going online every Tuesday night to read bedtime stories to the local kids, even with a face mask on. He states, "It's so much fun. That's what this is all about." The looks on their faces. Because obviously, spreading joy and cheer doesn't have to only be in the winter. It can be during these tough times as well. So for that, thank you. Canada made the order to ban assault weapons. Because obviously, it's just that easy. Enough is enough. End gun violence. Save more lives. And now to the obviously weird news. Without the Kentucky Derby happening, which usually takes place in May, but has now been postponed to September, they needed a placeholder, which thus the Kentucky Turtle Derby came about. Because obviously, slow and steady makes this COVID pandemic a little more exciting. In Vancouver, a carjacker asked undercover cops if they knew how to break into a car, later asking them if they had ever broken into a jewelry store. They didn't arrest him on the spot, but they watched him go ask other people to help. No one helped. They then arrested him while he was in the midst of breaking into a couple of cars, because obviously, might as well ask others first to get in on the fun, and when nobody responds, more for you, I guess. Key West has decided to cancel the Ernest Hemingway look-alike contest due to concerns with packed crowds, mainly filled with contestants between 60 and 80 years old. The contest was scheduled for July 23rd to the 25th, but is still scheduled for next year, July 22nd to the 24th, because obviously, as Ernest Hemingway quotes, "The world breaks everyone, and afterward, many are strung at the broken places. So have faith. We will get through this." And now with the special report with our weather correspondent, Dakota Parasette.
Thanks, Thomas. I haven't showered in 4 days, but it doesn't matter because I can't go anywhere anyway. Looking at temperatures, staying pretty consistent with the overall depressing mood of the pandemic, we'll be living in the mid-50s for the remainder of this week. Looking at overall weather, you can see by this very poorly drawn sad rain cloud, we can expect precipitation from May 4th through the 5th, periodically throughout the daytime periods. And then nothing to get too excited about again. This means we're going to be getting some mostly cloudy weather to round out the rest of the week. God, I miss human contact. Back to you, Thomas.
Thanks, Dakota. And with that, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We just have to come together, and we'll get there. I'm Thomas Tong, and this has been Obviously News. Good night.